What's going on, everybody? This is Emerald Knight Leon. I'm back with a bit of a different video. By the time you see this video, I will have already posted up a update video on what's been happening, what's going to happen. Uh, Again, I know it's a bit close to the last update video, but a lot's happened in the last week for me. Um, and that's going to affect some content in the future. I just don't know when yet. But this is a bit of a different kind of video that I wanted to do. Why is this over here? I don't know. Uh, but mainly, I wanted to talk about all of the tournaments I go to. Uh, and this is not me flexing or anything. I am just very dedicated to this. And as much as I like Discord and how you can get a lot of practice with for certain tournaments that are online or through Discord, uh, I come up on the same decks that you find a lot that are meta decks, and sometimes you want to test out a deck that's not meta but more casual. But there's no way you can do that, which is why I go out of my way to go to all of these different places. Um, so to start things off, I want to just go over this because for anybody who is starting to play Digimon, eh, knowing what tournaments you're able to go to is very useful, especially on when they are and what entry fee is for those places. Uh, Sometimes you're going to have to do your own research, and for that, you should always start with the World Digimon website. They pretty much tell you where the stores are that are basically backed by Bandai, so that those stores use your BCC ID. Some of the stores that I'm showing here aren't backed by Bandai yet, but they're still good places to go if you want practice. Uh, Starting things off, let's start with the southern parts of San Diego. So just move these out of the way. And I don't know why this is all the way over here. I'm not sure, but going into that, we're going to start with southern San Diego. There are three stores in the southern and northern parts of San Diego. Uh, and I just categorize this as San Diego pretty much because there aren't any stores in central San Diego. So you have the southern areas and the northern areas. Southern San Diego pretty much has TC Rockets, which has a tournament on Saturdays at 12 p.m. The reason I don't have a entry fee price over here is because I don't know. I haven't had the time to go to TC Rockets because I do a lot of other tournaments. And I know the last couple weeks I've been going to Core TCG, which is also a 12 p.m. tournament. So I don't really know that. On the other hand, I do know the other two. Tubby's TCG is actually a new store that has started up tournaments as well as Tabletop Tavern. I have been to Tubby's. I haven't been to Tabletop. I actually plan on going to Tabletop in very soon. But Tubby's TCG is not backed by Bandai, so you don't need a BCC ID. So if you are in wanting to get into Digimon, but you don't want to make a Bandai card club account, that this might be a place that you could go to. The entry fee is $5. They have it on Sundays, and it's at 5 p.m. Tabletop Tavern is over in Chula Vista. It is on Saturdays at 1 p.m. For a $10 entry fee. I know lately they've been doing some wild shit with their prizing, being Promo Sunarizamon, which uh, you'll see me talk about in a later video on a deck analysis, and why I say you don't need 4 copies of it. It's nice to have, but you don't need 4. Uh, but outside of that, those are your Southern California, San Diego ones. On to the Northern San Diego ones. Let's go back up here. So over into the Northern San Diegos, we have over here Vista, San Marcos, and Escondido. These are going to be POTS Gaming over in San Marcos, Onboard Gaming in Escondido, and Imperial Games in Vista. Personally, as someone who doesn't always have the cash to go to the more expensive tournaments, I prefer onboard and POTS because they are $10 and $5 in onboard's case. POTS Gaming, it has their tournaments at Friday and Saturday. For Friday, it's going to be 7 p.m. and Saturday is 1 p.m. They're both $10 entry fee. I would like to also note it is cash only. The owner of the store, he only accepts cash uh, for the tournament entry. So definitely, if you're going to go there, be aware of that. I will let you know there is a Ralph's over in that area that you could go to that has an ATM. Uh, if you are, it's a U.S. Bank one. Moving on, though, we have Onboard Gaming, which is in Escondido. This, I will say, is actually the place that I went to my very first tournament. So it has a special place in my heart. They have tournaments on Sunday and Tuesdays. The Sunday is going to be at 4 p.m. and Tuesdays at 6 p.m. if I recall. It's been a little bit since I've been there. It's going to be either 6 or 6:30. I cannot remember. The Sunday tournaments are going to be a booster box tournament. So first place is going to get a booster box, which is why the entry fee is $10, and Tuesdays is going to be a $5 entry fee. Finally, there's Imperial Games. Their tournament is at 6:30 on Saturday. It's a $15 entry fee, which is a little bit more, but first place will get a booster box, which is, if you're so inclined and you want those booster boxes, this might be the place for you. Going further, can this load? Here we go. Moving up a little, we're going to go over into Murrieta and Temecula. There are two stores over here, being SoCal and Cardboardia. They're within driving distance from each other, like 10-15 minutes, really. SoCal has their tournaments on Wednesday and Cardboardia on Thursday. Both of them are at 6:30, if I recall correctly. And SoCal is going to be a $5 entry, and Cardboardia is going to be a $10 entry. Cardboardia does have a website where you can pre-register for the tournament if you're so inclined, because sometimes that place can get packed. So whenever I go there, I just register online just in case. In Riverside and Redlands, there's Board Game Paradise, GMI Games, and Top Deck Keep. Board Game Paradise is going to be out of your way if you're coming from the southern parts of San Diego, or even in Murrieta. It can be an hour or two for your drive. But if you are, say, booked for the evening, it might be the one for you, because their tournaments are at Friday at 2:30 p.m. and it's a $10 entry fee. GMI is a Tuesday at 7 p.m. and is a $10, and Top Deck is going to be a Monday at 7 p.m. For $10. I will say GMI and Top Deck, to my knowledge and to my personal experience, can be competitive. You'll see a lot of people using, as of this current meta in BT7, blue hybrids and yellow hybrids and green hybrids. Those are going to be the common decks you're going to see. There's always going to be the red hybrids there as well. So just something to be aware of. Moving into our LA areas, we got Torrance and then the Santa Ana Irvine areas. For Torrance, this is an area that I'm actually very well versed with, as I used to go to college up in the surrounding area. There are 3 stores there. There's Collector Legion, there's Ageless Cards, and then there's the Game Chest. Now, just to preface, the Game Chest is actually in a mall. So, for anybody who does go to the Game Chest, it's on the 2nd floor of the mall. You'll want to enter the entrance to the mall over by a giant Barnes & Noble. So, just FYI on that one. Though that place, if I recall, it was a $5 entry fee on Saturdays, 6:30. Ageless Cards has a $5 entry fee on Thursdays at 6:30. It's a nice place, especially if you want a more casual kind of game. You'll see a lot of people running some weird stuff so every so often. And then Collector Legion has 2 days that they do tournaments, Thursday and Sunday. Now, I don't remember Sunday's entry fee. If I recall correctly, it was $10. I don't remember, so don't quote me on this one. But I do know Thursdays is, if I recall, a $5 entry fee. It's a 7 p.m. tournament, while Sundays a 1 p.m. Over east is Santa Ana and Irvine, so I've grouped these two together. There are two places over here: Card Game Coliseum and Table Salt Games. Now, for people who have seen my content, I have done a tournament that I got first place in at Card Game Coliseum. It is very competitive. You're going to see a lot of the meta decks there. You're going to see a lot of yellow hybrids probably. You're going to see some blue hybrids over there. It can be competitive. Table Salt is also a pretty competitive place. In previous sets, I noticed that back when security control was more rampant, Table Salt had a lot of security control players. I not as much now. There are some still there, but they're also very competitive in that regard. For Card Game Coliseum, you have Sunday at 5 p.m. It's a $5 entry fee. It's a nice place. I do enjoy it from time to time when you want to get a little more competitive with your game. Table Salt is a Monday at 6 p.m. and Friday at 6 p.m. I will like to say, back when I first started going to Table Salt, they had you go to their website and fill out a registration. And I would say that they are still doing that. The registration basically confirms that you have been vaccinated for COVID. So they are very strict on that. It is one of the stores that, to my knowledge, is still employing a mask mandate, because I know there are stores that are relaxing a bit on that. So just be aware. And it's been a month or so since I've last been there, so I do remember it's somewhere between $5 to $8 for their entry fees. Moving on, we have what I'm calling Surrounding Whittier. And just to show why I call it that, it is because these stores are all surrounding Whittier, and yet they're in different areas. You have Commerce, you have Bellflower, you have La Habra, Rosemead and El Monte, Montebello. They're all just surrounding Whittier, but they're kind of like, you could group some of these together, like say Montebello and Commerce over here, but then Norwalk, La Habra, and over in the City of Industry, they're all kind of on their own, as well as El Monte. So I just grouped these together pretty much. If you wanted to, you could say the El Monte one over here could be grouped with Pasadena, but that's neither here nor there. Going into these, and you'll see that I did group El Monte over here, mislabeled it by accident. We have surrounding Whittier is Project CCG in Montebello, Table 1 Gaming in the City of Bell and Bell Gardens, Unrated Gaming in Norwalk, Shuffle and Cut in La Habra, and then Anohana Hobby, or as for some reason the World Digimon website called it, Wizardry Foundry. So, talking about Project CCG, it's a $10 entry fee. They're Friday at 5 p.m. if I recall. It might be 5:30. This is why you call ahead, because your memory can be very, very goldfish-like. But it is also a very competitive place, I will say. I will also say you want to get there at least an hour early, because parking is non-existent. And I really do mean that. Parking is a nightmare. So getting there like half an hour to an hour early just to find parking is in your best interest. Going forward, Table 1 Gaming in Bell, they have two tournaments. The first is a Wednesday and the second is Saturday. They're both at 7 p.m., but they are different formats to an extent. The Wednesday one is a best of one tournament, which means that every match is only one game. So the tournament is a bit quicker in that regard. Saturdays are best of three. So your match is going to have 3 games, and whoever gets 2 wins first is the winner. Because of this, they made the Wednesday tournament $5 and the Saturday a $10 entry. Unrated Gaming, as you've also seen from my content that I got a first place there. I've never been to their Sunday tournament, so I don't know how much that is. Tuesdays is at 6:30, however, and is $5. It's over in Norwalk. It's a nice place. There are some competitive there because you'll see some veterans who were from a Card Game Coliseum will go over there. So just be aware of that. Shuffle and Cut is an $8 entry fee on Sundays. It's a 3 p.m. tournament. Uh, the one time I have gone there, no one came. I don't know. I've heard that's changed, and there I have been getting some people going now. I'll probably check it out somewhere down the line, but that's just my experience. I will say though, if anything, this place has a lot of really, really good accessories for your cards. You want card sleeves? They got card sleeves. They got a ton of dragon shields. They have a lot of katanas. They have binders. They have cases. They have deck boxes. They have a huge variety. They even have game mats if you want. It is a really nice place if you want to get some accessories and splurge a little on that. Uh, Finally, there's Anohana Hobby, a relative newcomer. They tried to do their second tournament uh, on the earlier previously this week on Friday. Didn't happen. I would know because I tried going there. It's a nice place. If you want more anime oriented stuff, keychains, plushes, figures, they have those there as well as cards. But as of right now, their price for their entry is in tournaments is 0. You don't have to pay anything. I don't know how long that's going to be, and I don't know what their entry fee is going to be after. But it is a Friday at 7 p.m. over in La Puente, which is south of Pasadena. So that is an option for you if you're thinking. I would say the owner there is a very nice guy, and I would say definitely if you want to support this new place having tournaments, please do. It's a very nice place. It's very open. It is in a giant garage. Uh, but yeah, no. And then going into Pasadena, El Monte, there's Core TCG, and the Game Seller. Core TCG. What needs to be said about Core TCG? It is one of the top TCG places there is. They have been doing the Discord tournaments for Digimon a lot, as well as Carte Magica. They are doing the Ultimate Cup for Discord for Digimon later this month. Their entry fee is $5. It's a Saturday at 12 p.m. I will say this: it gets packed, and there you will find some competitive people there. There are some people there who are very more casual. I will say, I went there once, and there was a guy who was running a red starter deck, the Gallantmon one, and he was doing very well, actually, surprisingly. He was actually going toe to toe with a lot of the meta decks. So you'll find some very interesting people there. Uh, Moving on, Game Seller, they have 2 tournaments. They have Wednesday at 6:30 and Saturday at 3:30 or 4. I cannot remember. And onto Game Seller, I don't remember their price. Because if you go to their website, they don't have a website. Your best bet of getting their price for entry is going to be just calling them. So yeah, it is a very nice place though, I will say. It's right next to a ramen burger place, if I recall. So that's a weird one. But hey, if you're into that, that's great. It is very aesthetically pleasing inside of that shop, though. You ever wanted to make a cup holder or a coaster out of an old Pokemon card that's seen better days, and then basically put that into like plastic in order to make it a coaster? They've done it, and it looks good. However, moving on, the last places I have been to: Fire and Dice Games over in Winnetka and Tapped Out Gaming in Santa Clarita. These are the farthest I have gone. All right. For anyone knowing, Tapped Out Gaming is over right next to Six Flags. So yeah, and then Fire Dice is further north. Fire and Dice is a Monday tournament. They 7 p.m. It's $10 entry fee. And Tapped Out Gaming is over on Sunday at 4 p.m. at for $8. One thing that Tapped Out Gaming has that you might be interested in is, and I don't know if they changed it or not. So maybe they changed it. But back when I was first going there, they were doing at the end of every month a money tournament. Entry fee is about $25 to $30, and it goes into a pot that first place will get. So first place could get anywhere from like $200 to $400. I don't know what they do for second and third place. They might give out store credit. I have never been to one, but that is something that you might be interested in. But yes, so these are all the tournaments I've gone to, all of the locations I've gone to, and outside of the tavern, which I do plan on going in the future. There are other places that might pop up. I know GX Gamer, Wildcard Cyclone, Psycho Turtle, DXN Provisions. All of those are kind of in the Arcadia area. And around there, I have not been to them. I know for Psycho Turtle, they do pre-registrations, and every time I've checked it, it's sold out. Wildcard Cyclone, it's over in Temple Garden or Temple City, over here, and I've been there once. It's a small shop, but it's got nice people. I haven't actually been able to do their tournament. GX Gamers and DXN Provisions, I cannot remember where they are personally, but I haven't been to either of those. So these are, hopefully this will help any new players on where they might want to go in their areas. As you can see, there's a lot of places in LA. That just goes without saying. But if you're in San Diego, if you're over in the Santa Ana, Anaheim, Irvine, Orange County, if you're in Murrieta or Temecula, if you're in Riverside or even Redlands, these are all places that you can go to that have tournaments. So I hope you enjoyed this. I will see you in the next video. Peace.